When I look at this problem, I'm going to read the very top line. What is the solution to g of 6 when g of x is equal to that linear expression? So I see that 6 is in the same exact location as x. So where x is, I'm going to put 6. Now here is a calculator function where I can put in this function here. So I can simply highlight that, do Control C for copy, go in here and do Control V. Notice I did not put in that g of x or the equals. Because my x is 6, I'm going to replace that x with 6. So I'm going to do parentheses 6. I'm going to get rid of that x. And you can see that it's given me the equation. When I come over to here, it gives me the answer. The answer is 3. Sometimes this check works correctly and sometimes it doesn't. I think something's wrong with it. So now I have to look at my graph. Where is x6? X is 6 right here. So I'm going to move this down to where x is 6, and then I can see that y is 3. So sometimes this particular function of the calculator here is really hard to see. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go to a problem that's a little bit more complicated. So this one here is like a quadratic. It's more complicated. But when I look here, what is the solution to f at 2 when f at x is that? Notice the 2 is in the same position as the x. So that means this has to be 2. Now the problem is when I go to copy this, Control C, and put it in here, Control V, it's really hard for me to see. Although I probably could work on it in here, it's just hard for me to see. So if I want to make it easier for me to see, I will open up a new tab. I will go to Desmos.com, which is just the graphing calculator. I will click on graphing calculator, and then here is where I'm going to do Control V. I put in the equation. So what was my value of x? My value of x was 2. So I'm going to go back to my Desmos calculator. I'm going to get rid of that x, but I have to make sure I put the parentheses. Make sure my square is on the outside. Here I'm going to do parentheses. I'm going to get rid of that x. So I have the whole thing here. So you can see my answer is 0. It's not going to graph it because I've gotten rid of all my x's. It's just acting as a calculator. So now I'm going to copy this. Control C. I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to get rid of everything that I had originally put in here. So I could have just gone straight to that calculator, done this. It's going to give me my answer 0, and then I'm going to put 0 there. So now I have to find where is x2. X is 2 right here. So now I'm going to move this down to where x is 2. X is 2 and my y is 0.